Breathe in. Breathe out. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Allow your chin to float down to your chest, and then roll your head over to your shoulder. Back down to center. Once more, each side. Float your head back down to the center. Float your head up, wrap your arms around your waist. Nice twist. You can pull yourself around, but don't torque yourself. Gently ease into this nice twist. Once more on each side. And then hands on your hips, round nice, generous circles. On days when you don't get together with me, I highly recommend doing, if you don't do any other exercise, do something. Do a nice, gentle warm up on your joints. I think this is really, really good, especially warming up the back and the shoulders. Other direction. But I'm also a firm believer you should do it gently, deliberately, consciously. Don't just jerk your body around. Gently warm up that spine and then warm up the shoulders. And then one foot in front, let that arm just dangle and then roll that shoulder around. And then the other direction. And then switch feet, switch shoulders. Other direction. Now, switch feet again, open and close your wings. Wrap your arms around your chest. Really feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades apart, and then a gentle forward fold, not too far. Keep your feet solidly on the earth, and then open up your wings, very gentle back bend. Breathe in, breathe out. And switch feet, we'll do a few more. Now, feet right under your hips. Take your right hand up, stretch it toward the sky, and then fold over your left side. And then bring that up. We're gonna iterate on that left side. So we do it again. When you're stretching your spine and your ribs, make sure you don't twist forward. You want to fold as straight over the side as possible. It means you won't be able to fold quite so far, but you'll get more directly into the space that you want to get into. And then let's switch sides. Left hand up nice and tall. Fold over. Do it again. Breathe in as you reach up. Breathe out as you fold to the side. One more time. And then one foot in front. Prayer wheel, forward and back, up and down. Now this is the version of prayer wheel where you allow yourself to come up off your front toes and slightly off your back heel. So this is a bigger rock than usual. Just make sure you don't go too far. Even as you're allowing your feet to rock and your body to rock, your spine rocks a little bit forward, back. You still want to maintain really good solidity with the earth. Let the hands go in the other direction. Switch feet. Keep the hands moving. And then hands in the other direction. One more time. And then feet right under your hips. Gather twice. Lift and settle. Hug the big tree. All right, brush knee, left hand, right foot, step, push. Keep that right foot in front. Just let the whole body rock into the back foot. And rock forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And then switch feet, left foot. Right hand pushes. Now, take your right foot and your left hand off to the right. And then you're going to gently float your body around to the other side and push to the left. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing with my feet. I'm taking my right foot, turning the toes in, taking my left foot, turning the toes out. So I'm very deliberately turning first one foot and then the other. Once more on each side. And then feet under your hips, gather twice. Now, we'll feed our monkey some marzipan. Right foot forward, right hand reaches forward. Little monkey jumps on your hand, reach back, grab a chunk of marzipan, stick it right in your little monkey's face. And then kind of just float forward and back, and do it again. One more time. Left hand forward. Monkey's in this line now. Little monkey, chunk of marzipan. Now, same as we did with push. Reach off to the right side, push. Take your left hand, swing it around, and push. I'm doing the same kind of thing with my feet. First one foot, and then the other. So it doesn't matter whether I'm stepping or just turning. I'm trying to move my feet as deliberately and consciously as possible. Being aware of your connection to the earth as often and as frequently and as constantly as your mind will let you do, almost always a good thing. One more time. Feet back into your hips. Gather twice. Now, let's chop your fist. So, right foot, right hand, just going to leave that right foot in front, rocking forward, rocking back, feeling the earth, my weight shift on the earth, shift into the back foot, shift more into the front foot. One more time. And then switch sides. One more time. Now switch sides again, but change it into whip your fist. So the fist whips out and then the hand presses down a little bit later. You kind of have to make this little hoop here to get back and repeat it on the same side. As you come down this time, switch feet. One more time. Feet under your hips, gather. Now, take your hands over the top. You're going to cross them. And as they get about heart high, you're going to let them spread out wide. You'll notice my fingers are pointing forward and my palms are pointing to the side, right? And I'll kind of release that. Go over the top. And it's like I'm taking a big curtain and splitting it left and right. Relax. Now, this is one of the more interesting forms, not because of the hand motion, but because instead of stepping forward, we step back. We turn a little bit, but then we twist and turn our chest right to the front. It's over the top. Right foot back. We twist to the right a little bit, but then we twist back, so we're centered to the front. And most of our weight is in our back leg. It's called the blue dragon dives into the sea. Once more on each side. Feet back under your hips. Gather twice. Now, both hands circle around. Right toes come forward. The right fingers go floating up. The left fingers kind of trickle down the right forearm. Circle. This is the blue dragon rises out of the sea. And if it's okay with your knees, don't strain anything, but you drop down just a little bit and then come rising up out of the sea. If that bothers your knee, obviously, don't do it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more on each side. Gather twice. Now take your right arm, you're going to fold it right square across your chest. You're going to take your left arm back and then spread your fingers as wide as you can as you gently push them forward. So this is actually a fairly tense thing. Not relaxed like we usually do in Tai Chi, but then you relax, fold it back, and right hand. Now, whichever hand you're making the claw, the other foot steps forward. So this is the blue dragon shows her claws. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more on each side. Gather twice. All right, grandmother feeds the chickens. Hands start about hip high. Foot over the top. Come up to your left shoulder. Right toes as the hands float down. And I sweep down to the left, and I take the left foot and I point it out to the left. Now Now, if you have space, instead of moving your toes straight to the left or to the right, take them just a little bit forward. And then your left foot just a little bit forward. One more time. If you had more room, you could obviously do more. You do the same thing, gentle step back and sweep down. Breathe in. When you take that step back, do it deliberately, toes to heel and float. Toes to heel and float. One more time. Gather twice. Now, you remember brush knee off to the side, but then we reach out and pull back and press, roll back and push. So this is just like doing grasp the sparrow's tail, except instead of starting with a ward off, we start off with a brush knee and push. So instead, when we do it this way, instead of calling it grasp the bird's tail, it's called carry the tiger back to the mountain. One more time on each side. Feet back under your hips. Gather twice. Now take your left arm, let it sweep right underneath your right arm, palm up, and then your left arm, your right arm sweeps out, palm down. You can roll that over. So right arm palm up, sweeps across. Left arm palm down, sweeps out. This all by itself is called wiping your arms. So it wipes underneath, and then it wipes out over the top. One more time. Now, wipe, wipe, step forward with your right foot, pull back, and your left hand floats back behind your right hand, and we gently press outward. And then wipe right, wipe left, and press. Wipe, pull back, and press. Wipe, pull back, and press. Now this is like grandmother and her chickens. If you have room, instead of stepping forward and back, you can make small steps forward, usually on the press. One more time. Now, when we go backwards, we usually step back on the pull, not on the press. So it's wide, pull back and step back, and press. Wide, pull back, step back, press. One more time. Feet under your hips. Gather. Now, both hands over the top. Right foot forward. You're going to go sliding both hands up and then float them back over the top. Now, when I slide them upward, my little finger is in front on both hands, so both little fingers are kind of leaning that way. We've done this before. It's called sweeping into the wind. And you can do this little pumping in the knees if that's okay with your knees. One more time. Switching feet. One more time. Gather. Now, wave hands like clouds. Take your right hand over to the left, about as high as your face, but both hands go floating across. Left foot, left hand. Right foot, right hand. Now, hold the ball, step out. This is back to sparrow's tail. Doing the ward off instead of the press. Pull back, press instead of the push. Pull back. Push. Let both hands float all the way around and let the left hand come up higher, faster. And now we're back into cloud hands. Now, to the best of your ability, rule number one, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Rule number two, though, Find the earth deliberately. Pick that left foot up, put it down consciously. Same thing with the right foot. Now, bird's tail. Forward off. Pull back. Press. Roll back and push. Both hands, big circle. Right hand speeds up just a little bit, floats up a little higher. Cloud hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Back to bird's tail. Forward off. Pull back. Press. Roll back and push. Big sweep once. Let's add a second big sweep before we come up to cloud hands. And then grasp the sparrow's tail. Forward off. Pull back. Press. Roll back and push. Over the top once, and again. Over the top twice. Find your way back to cloud hands. Just one more set. We'll cut the number of cloud hands they do down a little bit. Now we'll go to single whip though. Cracking the whip twice. And then the snake creeps down twice. Sinking as deeply as your knees are smiling about. And then right hand over the top, both hands over the top, into cloud hands. Just 2 sets. 1, 2. Single whip. Crack that whip twice. The snake creeps down twice. Right, left, both. Back to cloud hands. One more time. 1 set. 2 set. Now, single whip. Now take that hand, and as it comes back, it's going to join up with the hook hand, and both hands are going to press down, again, as deeply as feels okay with your knees, back up to single whip. This is called press down with both palms. Let's do it 3 times. One more. And then take right hand over, both hands over, back to cloud hands. 2 sets. Single whip. Press down with both hands 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Left hand over, both hands over. I think I have 1 set of cloud hands will get me right back to the center of my space. There we go. Gather. Just once. Let the hands settle down about even with your hip bones. Fairly close together, not quite fingertips touching. Open up as far as your hip bones, outside edge of your hip bones. Back to the center. This is earth breathing. Earth breathing promotes centering, calming, deep harmony. When you're focusing on the earth, focus on the bottoms of your feet and your hips and your shoulders, all relaxing and settling down to the earth. And focus on the breath, going all, like your breath goes all the way down to your feet. One more time. And let the hands gently fold over that space just below the belly button. That's the lower dantian. And take one more nice, slow, deep breath. And go make a nice day.